I think she's here.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good to see you.
Come on in.
All right.
Hi.
I'm excited to be
Good
at your
to see
house.
you. Come on in.
All right. So, nice place.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah,
How long have you guys been here?
Since May.
So
Less than a year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, less than a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, we're gonna get your place feeling good, and you're gonna notice it making positive changes in every area. So I'm excited for you guys.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Us
All
too.
right.
Yeah.
So let's have a seat and kind of let me get a feel for how the space works for you guys and what's going on, where you want some improvement in your life, where you're being challenged.
All right.
And we
Great.
can basically, our house is a mirror for ourselves, and wherever you might be challenged or want to improve, if we change those areas in your house, you'll start to see the changes in your life. That's kind of how it works in a nutshell.
Cool.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. So let's maybe go over to the couch and
Yeah.
chat for a
Yeah.
bit.
Sure.
All right. So you guys are new to LA,
Yes.
and you're
yes.
both you're actors, right?
I am pursuing
I'm
that.
a massage therapist.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe pursuing something else. I haven't figured it out yet.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what I want to be when I grow up yet.
Okay. All right. Well, good. We can work on that. I can tell that actually from your hallway. We'll get more into it, but that wall that comes it goes right in the middle of your career section, and a lot of times it bifurcates it bifurcates and makes confusion of like a lot of times with that setup. We wear two hats. There's like a split, and so it can be confusing. So
That's something we've both been struggling with.
okay.
Big time.
All right, so we'll
That's
look at how we
fascinating.
can kind of bridge that gap. So kind of almost like take the wall away, so that kind of opens up. So it's not so wear this hat and wear that hat. You can start to clarify your vision more. So we'll work on that. So tell me about how you like your space. What's working for you? What's not? Kind of your favorite rooms, your least favorite, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Well, we've put a lot of work into this room, and I think it's helped with our entertaining, like having friends over, because we're making a lot of new friends, and it's helped, right?
Yeah. I mean, one of the reasons why we got this apartment is because we like the whole open floor. We like to be able to cook and entertain and mingle while we're preparing, and we just wanted that whole open floor plan.
Okay.
And we're little by little like adding things just to kind of make
Personalize
it brighter
it.
and personalize it. So we want it warm and cozy yet inviting and
Yeah, I can see that. One of the things I like about it, I can feel your guys' energy in here, and there's an expression of you guys. I can tell. It gives me a sense of who you are. Also, I like that. Yeah. So, what's your least favorite area?
the bedroom.
Bedroom.
Okay.
We no matter where we live, we can't seem to get the bedroom right.
Okay.
I want it to be a place where it's like a sanctuary or something relaxing, soothing.
But we want to go into the bedroom and go to bed
Right.
and
Use it for
be
its
in there
entire-
and
It's functional.
we're always like,
Right
I
now,
guess
it
we're going
just
to bed
feels
now
it
'cause
feels
we don't
like
feel like going in there.
empty to me is the word.
Yeah.
For me, but
Okay.
I don't know what you're feeling.
Yeah, it feels the energy just feels I don't know how to explain it. It just
Okay.
feels kind of dead.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Like
yeah,
it's not
it feels
ours yet.
dark. Yeah, we haven't like claimed it yet, but we don't know how to claim it.
Okay. All right. So we'll definitely probably spend most of our time there. So that happens to fall in your wealth corner, by the way. And so let me
This
tell
is
you.
why we don't have
Do you
money.
guys know any? Are you familiar with feng shui at all, or is this
No.
like your first time?
Not so much.
I don't know
Okay.
anything.
All right. So this is one of the tools we use in feng shui. It's called the Bagua map, and basically you overlay it over your floor plan, and basically shows where each of your areas of your life fall within your house. So basically you line it with the front door,
Okay.
and so that back left corner, which is your bedroom, is the wealth corner, abundance and prosperity, and then we're sitting right now in the love corner.
Aww.
And this is our
that's like-
favorite place to
yeah.
sit. This is our coziest. This is the go-to
Yeah.
place.
Yeah. So and then another area I want to look at for you guys, actually the career area, which I mentioned because of that wall coming in, and then your fame area, which is also part of. It's a little bit split.
Right.
And I know both of you are in work that you need to be seen. It's not necessarily about famous necessarily.
Right.
It's more about being seen, getting clients, that kind of thing, which obviously directly impacts your wealth.
Right.
So at the end of the day, all these kind of relate in some way. I will just mention really quick, because I did see your floor plan. I noticed that center of your house is like a closet. Is there either of you have any health issues?
I've had health issues. I just had my gallbladder removed because I had gallstones, and there's absolutely nothing in the history of my family for.
And since you've
and
moved
my
here?
diet's been great since I've moved here.
Okay, because like I said, I noticed the closet in the very center of your floor plan, which is right in the health, and so we might take a look there and just, it's not bad that it's a closet. We just want to make sure it's not clogged. Cluttered, clogged, and that's kind of, gallstones are about emotion, holding emotion. So we'll just take a look at that too. Cool. All right. So I think let's get started with. I'm gonna make a few suggestions for this room, and then a few suggestions for your entryway, and then we'll look at the bedroom.
Great.
Awesome.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, great. All right, so I just want to see if we can make a few suggestions in this area, because I'm seeing some empty space here that could, I know how, apartments in LA, you want to make as much use of the space as you possibly can. I can see this as a kind of a tricky room because the fireplace is in a little bit of an odd space.
Yeah.
Every room has kind of a focal point, and usually if there's a fireplace in a room, the fireplace is the focal point. However, because this is set up the way it's set up,
It's a long room, and it's not in the center.
Yeah, and then of course in our modern world, the TV has kind of become the focal point for living rooms, and so a lot of times the fireplace and the TV will compete, which they are here, and so the fireplace is kind of just getting ignored.
Yeah.
And which is unfortunate, because the fireplace is a huge fire element. You want to use it to your benefit, but I like what you've done is kind of create this mantle effect. Was the shelves, did y'all put those there, or were they already
we
there?
just put them up
great.
a couple months ago.
All right, so I like that you've not completely ignored the fireplace and giving it some energy, because this all flows really nicely, and so I hate to mess that up. It's a nice conversational area. I like how you have the coffee table grounding the space, and so you've had people over since, and it works really well. So I don't want to mess with that. Now you said, so here's a desk, and you said you used to have it over there.
So we had the desk over there,
Mhm.
and then we had our, spiritual
But
corner here, and it felt better, but then we weren't
We
using
never
the
used
desk.
the desk.
Yeah.
It was just kind of over there getting cluttered. And
Well, do you use the desk now?
we use it
I
much
have
more
been
now.
a little bit
All right.
more.
Well,
But we also thought about moving the desk into the bedroom, but I don't know.
No.
See? No.
so
work in
here's the thing.
bedroom.
I like the desk being over here, more in this public space. A desk is a more active, more of a yang energy, which is why we don't want the bedroom. We'll talk more about that in a bit. But here's the thing. Don't be surprised or beat yourself up if you don't really use the desk at all. It's good to have a grounding place for your work, but you're probably not going to want to sit there, because it does not feel good sitting and facing a wall.
Yes. We're usually over there. If
Yeah,
we're doing
take your
work.
laptop to the couch or whatever. That's probably what's going to happen, so long as a desk is facing a wall. So, I know you guys have a great relationship, but I want to make sure it's the best. Make sure your love corner is supporting you as much as you possibly can. So I just want to. There's a few things that are catching my eye. Can you tell me about the wood?
The wood decoration.
Yeah.
Was a wedding gift, actually.
Oh, perfect.
From some dear friends, and they brought it from Thailand, actually.
Okay. I'm just going to check. A lot of times when we bring artifacts from other countries, they can have a little
energy.
Yeah, so and I want to also, before I leave today, do some space clearing, just because really any space that someone's lived in before you, which is pretty much every space, needs some space clearing, just to clear the previous owner's energy out, so you guys can set your own, you don't want the patterns of someone else. Okay, so I like the idea of plant and growth. You can never go wrong with plants, even if they are fake plants. How do you guys feel about this?
I
like it.
I like it a lot, and I love the feeling of it. And then it's actually one of the things that when my mother was here, when I had the gallbladder surgery, she brought in. She's like, "You guys need plants."
Oh, nice. Okay.
So let's just and because we can't keep plants alive in this apartment. Number one, it's just very dark. And two, we just don't know how to keep plants alive. So we got the fake ones.
All right. So you're both on board with that. All right. Just want to make sure because in feng shui, fake plants are just as good as real plants. Although real plants do have an energy quality that is better because they actually breathe and they actually clear spaces because they get like little ion machines. All right, so I just want to make sure you're both good with that. The basket here is actually good. That's actually an earth element, which is associated with the love corner. It helps contain things in a good way with the love. This right here, I think what's coming up for me, it feels a little clogged over here.
Yeah.
Just a little too crowded. Is there a reason the phone is over here?
The only reason why we did that is because the phone has to be connected to the cable, and before it's to the cable box, and before the phone was over there.
You have to sit on the floor
and
to
so
make a
we
call.
had to sit on the floor to talk on the phone. So that's really the only reason why we moved it here. So when we're just here sitting, we can actually enjoy our conversation and not sit on the floor. Right. But we're open to suggestions because it does feel cluttered.
Yeah, if we can figure out, even if the phone was just on the floor, it's this table that it's too much, and actually the table would actually look better on the end here.
We could do
Can
that
we
now.
try
Should we do that now?
Yeah. It's just gonna free up that corner and.
Okay, let's do this.
I like that table. I used to have one just like it.
Yeah, I like it a lot too.
Yeah, is this Pier 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it needs to be like a little between the two, like more like here? Between the two couches? Or?
No, I like where she's going with it. It's actually good. And then you can so anytime in the love corner, I like
See, that feels better already.
Yeah, you can. I would probably feel it in your breath even. Yeah, that feels so much better. Corners is where stagnant energy goes, and unfortunately we talk about stagnant energy or negative energy as opposed to positive because it's more dense, and so it's what gets stuck in places,
right. And
it tends to go in corners, and also like anywhere you find cobwebs is also indicative of stagnant energy, and also corners tend to be dark with not much light, so that's why I'm always paying attention to corners,
right.
And the more you have stuffed in them, the more it's going to get clogged with that. So that's why I just want it to breathe. Okay, so going back to the picture from Thailand, I'm going to let you keep it because it was from your wedding. But normally, you do not want a picture of a single person or a single animal in your love corner.
Oh.
Okay.
Should we add something to it or move it somewhere else?
Well, like I said, the fact that it does represent your wedding to you, that kind of, our personal association with things can trump the symbolism a lot of times.
Right.
That being said, I would prefer a picture of you guys there.
Okay.
Or maybe a wedding photo of you guys.
Maybe we can move this.
These are wedding photos.
Oh, yeah. Although that would be too much with the plant.
Oh. Right, yeah. So something.
One single photo.
But that's kind of you don't want pictures of ones or threes in your love corner or in the bedroom. All right, so as I mentioned, this wall is giving me a little bit of when I walk into the space, my energy kind of goes like this because of this wall. As I mentioned, it's right in your career section, and it's like I said, it can make careers kind of bifurcated. And by the way, our floor plan while we live in a space kind of determines our life to a certain extent while living there. Yeah. And so while you're living here, we're going to have this split in your careers, honestly. It's not that you're destined for that to be the case, but it's going to be a work in progress while you're living here.
I'm feeling it.
And once that in your life gets resolved or you move past that, you'll be moving. That's when you'll move. There'll be time to move.
Or we can move first and then figure it out.
Exactly. Either way. But while you're here, there will be a split in your career. But in the meantime, there's some ways we can bridge that so it's not, so we can start to move that direction. Because that can be, it's a time to have two jobs. I mean, for a long time I was an attorney in the morning, and in the afternoon I was an interior designer, and so there's a time and place for that. It serves us while we bridge things, but in the meantime, we can start to help you with that. So this is a good example. Now I see over here, you have the mirrors, and this is the direction I'm going, because mirrors can create almost like a porthole, and like almost like to take the wall away. The 3 in a row is a little. I'm gonna have to sit with that for a second. What I would prefer would be a bigger mirror on this side.
Okay.
So I do like the landscape. That actually the landscape would be the second thing I would recommend if it wasn't a mirror. So you're doing good.
All right.
The landscape kind of projects the wall out. So we basically energetically want to kind of take this wall away.
Right.
So a mirror, not as big as this picture, but about the same width, would be my suggestion here. And I think it would help open up the space too.
Cool.
So I don't recommend mirrors just willy-nilly. Like I'm very conscious of recommending mirrors. So this would be a good example for a mirror.
Cool.
So
I'm
tell me about this this console.
Well, it's just it's a new furniture piece, but we put on it some things that, like some stones and some symbolic spiritual items that are symbolic to us, and we use stones sometimes in meditation and prayer, and
just to carry around for
this
the
is
day.
where
Cool.
this is where we we keep them, or they're
Perfect.
And we
Next
basically
time.
originally got this piece, one for that, but two, we also needed another piece to put things in and on.
Oh, and these are wedding cards.
Those are all our wedding cards in
Okay.
there, and then these are all our stones in there.
Okay.
And
All
this
right.
is crap.
Okay, great. All right, good. This is really good to work with. So I like the stones. Actually, the glass works really well because water is associated with this career area coming through the door, and glass is a water element, so that's all great. The stones work there. But I would like to, I would maybe suggest moving the cards either in the love corner or somewhere in the bedroom, like in a nightstand drawer or something.
Cool.
Now down here we got something to work with. So as you guys get more clarity on the work and everything, I'd like for this to be an expression of that. So if there's an area of that you're making this, so for example, there's a books or whatever something you're studying or moving towards, keeping them here.
Okay.
Okay.
Or anything that's inspiration to you with regards to your career or where you want your career to go
Okay.
could be here.
Okay.
Either stored on the shelves or displayed up here. So kind of making this a little bit of an altar for your career.
Okay.
Cool.
We can do that.
Yeah, it's a perfect spot for it. So, and I like that this is over here as opposed to in the more public space. So I like that you
Okay.
moved the desk over there. I think that works better.
All right.
This is a little more contemplative area
Right.
than near the TV. So yeah, just think of this as like an altar for your careers.
Nice.
And cleaning the bottom of that up a bit.
Like all that stuff is empty. We just
Okay.
we could just put it in the
Yeah.
closet somewhere.
And you could even make this, like this bottom row, like a bookshelf of like your favorite books that have to do with your career.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I got a sneak peek of your bedroom, and I'm going to be getting on to you about the books in there. So this would be a place where you could store some of them.
Okay.
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 Great.
And let's talk about this dining room table for a moment.
Yeah.
All right, it's really cute, and I really like it. Although you realize it's completely improportional, right?
Well,
we open it up sometimes.
Usually, I mean, we often have it open,
Uh-huh.
and we put a vase with
And we have another
flowers
chair.
in it.
Okay.
And there's another chair which we keep moving back and forth between the desk and the dinner table.
Okay.
So I don't like a lot of clutter, and I like space.
Mhm.
So sometimes, we'll just keep it down during
Okay.
the day and then up or whatever.
All right.
And
So
also,
you don't use it?
the more table space we have, the more we tend to
Oh,
just
right.
put
Right.
clutter on it. Like
Do
mail and
we
papers
use
and
it? I would
stuff.
say
We use it most
2 or 3
nights.
nights.
Oh, okay, good.
We use it like 4 nights a week.
Okay.
To actually sit and eat.
Okay.
But if the leaves are up every day when we get the
Gotcha.
mail, it goes
Okay.
down there, it goes, and then it becomes cluttered.
All right. Okay.
But we're up to suggestions.
Yeah, we are not.
Is this a new table or is this like something you
We-
recently
no.
We
selected? or
got
anything?
it from IKEA and put it together because we didn't have a lot of money.
It's just feeling proportionate to the space, and the only reason I'm bringing that up, and it's more of a design aspect.
Okay.
That being said, this is where like design and feng shui can overlap because if there's something's improportionate or not in harmony visually, it throws off the energy of a space. But the fact that you guys are using it, using a space for its function is really one of the best feng shui things. If you guys said you never ate here, then you didn't really like it, then I would be more apt to suggesting changing it out. But when if down the road it's feeling not right for you, then you get my permission slip to change it out.
Well, also, up until the winter, we usually eat outside on the balcony.
Okay.
So when the weather's consistently warm,
We might move it.
we
out
might
there.
actually move it.
I like that a lot,
outside.
actually. It feels the size feels more appropriate for the balcony, actually.
Right.
I would actually suggest, it feels low. It feels like a kid's table. Is it just me? I don't know why it feels low to me.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe we're
It
short
just
and you're
feels.
tall.
It seems really small in this big space.
Like I don't know why
Is it
it
little?
feels small to
That's
me.
so funny.
I look at, do I look
Maybe.
big?
I don't know.
Like I feel like Elf. Like
I don't know how tall chairs.
The,
tables usually are.
what's his name in Elf, where he's like really tall.
Oh, right. He looks huge in the chairs. But see, if you have somebody short like myself,
Well, you guys are kind of short.
I'm like, it's kind of a normal size.
It is little. It is,
And
I mean, it is little.
Okay.
I'm not denying that.
It's definitely little, but
I feel like if the kids
again, it was more of a money thing and not an aesthetic thing.
sure.
Just be
Well,
careful with the table, hitting the table.
Your watch matches the chairs, so even better. Like
Well,
coordinating
that-
clothing
That
with,
was
with
done on purpose,
furniture.
obviously.
All right, so again, one of the other reasons I mentioned that anytime we like make ourselves smaller, it's a metaphor for us in life. So I just don't want you to
So we
be
should
feeling
Right.
small.
really big table.
I would actually suggest for this room a round wood table.
Okay.
It didn't have to
We
be.
just had one and we
No,
got rid of it.
it
'cause
wasn't wood. It
too
was
big.
the top was like plastic.
Yeah, but the rest of it was wood.
The base was painted white. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
like it was a.
But it was like a
beautiful
big
dining
round table, but
right?
it took up so much space that we were like,
Okay.
we never use this
Right.
size table.
Yeah. I mean,
But-
you can be too. It's
So we should get
we
a
might
round.
use it. We might use a pretty one. That one was.
We can get a pretty round wooden table.
pretty round wooden table.
We'll
yes.
get a pretty round, and then we'll put this one outside.
Just think about it. It's not like a
Yeah.
911,
No,
but it
of
could be like
course.
down the road,
Yes.
kind of thing. So,
All right, we could do that.
and it would be good for entertaining too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to entertain more.
All right.
Well, this is actually a really great room. It's great size, so we got a lot to work with.
Okay.
I mean, the spatial is good. So there's a lot of no-nos I'm seeing in here.
Good.
Yeah, so
Fantastic.
Let's
there's,
correct those.
there's lots of.
do it.
Make them yes,
This
yes.
is yes. So the first thing I'm seeing is the nightstands.
Okay.
So in feng shui, the nightstands are pretty much a metaphor for relationships, and so ideally we want to have them of equal size.
Don't ask us how that happened. I don't even know how that happened.
That's okay, I know. I can usually even tell whose side's whose, but we won't go there. So I would really encourage you guys to bring the nightstands into equal. They don't have to match, but be of equal weight. Okay. Obviously that one's bigger. It's actually supposed to be a dresser. Is that a kid's dresser?
It's actually a small mini dresser because I tend to collect little things. I mean, just like receipts and papers or business cards.
Oh.
And instead of the dresser top getting cluttered, I put stuff in there, and then my books and
Okay. Okay. Do you have
Reading
problems
lights.
sleeping at night?
I do. Yeah, I'm a horrible sleeper.
Okay.
I can't sleep, so I have a lot of things that when I can't sleep.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm like, there's so many things.
Did you know that was my sign?
Talk about in here that like I'm getting overwhelmed. Yeah, I did that. Yes. I did.
Even with the Jordan
Here's the
night
Ken doll.
So this is something that I would kind of make a priority. Getting the nightstands equal. I don't recommend having a dresser for a nightstand.
Okay.
First of all, and having whatever the stuff that you're storing there is basically energy, and it's like energy that's around you at night. And so you want to have it to be calm near you. And so in a minute I'm going to get onto you about the bookshelf, because energy things emit energy. Everything has an energy field, and the more you want less energy around you. Nightstands also, not only are they a metaphor for relationship, but they also have a sense of support. So at least you have nightstands and you have a nice headboard, so you have some foundational stuff that's good. The lamps are even the same lamps, so that's great. So yeah, I would just even out the nightstands. You could either get one to match that one on the right that feels proportionate, or get two new ones altogether.
Okay. We had actually bought those at the same time and to decide which ones to get because we didn't know height wise.
Okay.
And then we just got both because I was like, oh, this one's got a lot of. Okay, we'll get another one of those.
I mean that is a little short. That's a little too high. I mean, yeah, it's
That's
like
why we weren't.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like a Goldilocks. It's a little. But I'm actually leaning toward that one because of the dresser effect that's going on here. Is not good for sleeping, and it's not the function. You want to have things that are used for their intended to function. So that's intended for a dresser. So you want to use it as a dresser. So you guys mentioned you want more of a sanctuary, and you're not feeling it in here. And I can see that because there's a lot. It's very energetic. It actually feels more like a bonus room feel, like somewhere I'd come to like be active as opposed to like resting. It also feels a little young, like it doesn't feel like an adult bedroom in a way.
I can see that.
The stuffed animals, the pink. So I would think about going more in a romantic direction with like warmer colors, like chocolate browns, softer, like I like the teal green you have in the lamp. Maybe pairing with some chocolates. You could keep the white
chocolates
with the clean white, and maybe just replacing the pink tones you have around with more warmer colors. It doesn't have to be chocolate brown, but just warmer colors.
Okay.
A little more romantic colors. And that's going to warm up the room in general.
Yeah.
And that's also good. You want more of what we call yin energy in the bedroom, which is the quiet, the passive, the relaxing, as opposed to the yang, which is very active. You want yang in other areas of the house, but not in the bedroom.
Which is great because we were thinking the room's very white and it was very dull. So we said, what should we do? And we thought bright colors might brighten up the room and make it happier, but I guess it does kind of the opposite for a bedroom.
Because since you have the white bed and you're going to have the white nightstands, it's a lot of, and the walls are white, and it gets pretty good sunlight in here. Finding ways to more warm it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Especially at night when we're coming into sleep, it just feels kind of like a cave or something. It doesn't feel inviting, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can you have the little lights for ambiance, so that's good. So let's talk about the bookshelf here.
Yes.
So books are not best in the bedroom. Again, like what I was saying about the energy. It's like think of like little daggers of energy coming out, and not necessarily bad daggers, but just like energy. And so that's why I asked if you sleep well or not. If you said I sleep like a baby, it's like I've never slept better in my entire life, then I would probably not make this too much of an issue. But again, this is also adding to this not feeling like a sanctuary. This feels more like this should be in the public areas.
Yeah.
So the console that I mentioned in the foyer, any nonfiction books that still feel in alignment with where you are and where you want to go, I would put them out there. Okay. And this is actually would be a good time to really go through your books and so see what's resonating and what's not. Books, especially nonfiction books, have a vibration, a resonance. And so if there's topics that represent your past or where you're no longer interested in, then get rid of them. It's just taking up space for new ideas, new insights and inspirations to come in.
Okay, cool. We actually bought this with the intention of having it out there,
Uh-huh.
and we didn't know where to put it.
Oh.
And because this space was so empty, we're like, let's put it in the bedroom.
Yeah.
But our intention was to have it out there.
Okay.
We
Well,
just
I
didn't
liked
know
your
where.
original intention, and I would see if we can make a way for that to happen.
Yeah.
Because it's just too much energy.
We like having our books out, for the.
Yeah. It's just not the right function for the bedroom. The bedroom, it's so easy to make it for other functions, but the bedroom should be just for the bedroom, like for the bed,
Right.
for sleeping, and so that's also as a side note. It's interesting. A lot of kids' rooms like have tons of books, and like the parents wonder why their kids aren't sleeping. Anyway, so we'll think about a place in the main room to keep for the bookshelf, because I would like this whole thing to not be here.
Great.
And in doing so, we can move this dresser. I'm actually okay with the dresser, but this mirror cannot be here. You do not. This
Okay.
is like, I let a lot of feng shui rules go a lot of times, but this is one that I do not let go. A mirror across from the bed, it's directly across from the bed, is said to bring a third party into relationships. So we want that.
Good thing we just put it up yesterday.
Right?
Yeah. So I know you had your one night
One night with it, and
one night rendezvous, and it's over.
gone. It's done.
So if you really need to have a mirror in the bedroom for getting ready, have it on a side wall.
Okay.
So and in this case, obviously it's the dresser. I assume you use it to get ready with.
That's
So
yeah.
I would
that's-
move this whole thing on that wall,
Okay.
and then the bookshelf will be gone.
Should we not have a mirror at all in here? I mean, we do have this one full-length mirror
Yeah.
over here. Should this go
I mean,
in another room?
if a sidewall, it's better. And
Okay.
again, the other thing with the mirror, it's lots of yang energy, and so again, that's adding to your restlessness in this room.
Mhm.
Mirrors it reflects everything, and so everything bounces, and so it makes this room again less sanctuariness than you wanting it to be. So, but sometimes we need a mirror to get ready, and if that's the case, I would just move it on this wall.
Okay.
If you don't really need it to get ready, I would take it out completely, put up a nice landscape, something soothing, picture. Actually, the picture that was in your dining room of that, if you put a mirror there instead. Well, actually, you could just switch those.
Yeah.
Is this
Maybe
too big, though?
it might be too big though, yeah. But a nice, relaxing picture
Okay.
would be better.
Cool.
In general. All right. Let's talk about this area now.
This is some of our clothes, since some of them don't fit in the dresser, but
Basically, in our old apartment back home in New York, this was in our big utility closet
Mm-hmm.
in the hallway, and it was full of all our utility stuff,
Okay.
tools and things like that. We came here, and before we had a dresser and before all this stuff, we said, let's use this for our clothes. And then I kind of decided I kind of liked it because I could just see everything and pick it and, instead of having it stuffed in drawers somewhere.
Uh-huh.
But now, it does feel a little chaotic and
Yeah.
cluttered, and
Exactly.
I don't really need to be looking at it.
Yeah, exactly. You said exactly what I was going to say. The fact that it is supposed to be a utility shelf. Again, we're getting way off of the sanctuary vibe that
Right.
we're going for. So, a lot of times if things are out in our visual, it's something that could be stored away. And so, but if your storage, i.e. your closet, is full, a lot of times it's a sign we need to do some clearing out and decluttering,
Big time.
so that this stuff can be in its proper place. Now, as you can see, I'm slowly trying to get rid of everything in this room.
Yes.
The dresser, can stay, and so that leaves you with quite a bit of room, which I know you like space. If it ends up being too much space after you remove all this stuff, you could add a nice, armchair with the light, something like what we
Yeah,
thought about
we've
doing
always
that.
talked about that. We've never
Okay.
done it.
Okay. And with the little, well, actually, that floor lamp you have there would make nice next to a little armchair
Yeah.
for reading or
Yeah.
something, or just putting your shoes on, that kind of thing. And that kind of vibe is gonna help bring in that sanctuary feel that you're looking for.
Cool.
Okay, great.
Chair.
Yeah. So I would say try to declutter as much as the closet. And that's where we were talking about earlier, that's in your health section. And so it probably needs to be decluttered anyway, given your recent health issues. And then you can start to move this stuff. My guess is I can usually have a good gauge of how much things to get rid of. About 30% of that, actually 30% of your clothes in general, including the closet in here, are ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to be a little weekend project.
Spring cleaning.
Spring cleaning. Yes, just in
I love decluttering. Some other people don't.
And here's the other
Except
do
that closet's cluttered. 'Cause that's her designated area. 'Cause she
What
likes
do
to
you
throw stuff all over the place.
It's
So I
dirty-
said, instead
that's
of throwing it all over the
that's
place,
where
put it in the closet. So I don't have to look at it.
That's where
But
the
now
laundry
we
goes.
know.
It's
Right.
dirty laundry. What am I supposed to do with it?
Closets, yeah, that's what closets are for. We put stuff in there that we don't want to look at. All right, and a lot of things we don't want to look at, which is fine. But be careful and conscious of that. You're conscious of what you're not wanting to look at. A lot of people store things in closets that they don't want to look at, that they're hiding from themselves.
Right.
And the phrase
Right.
"being in the closet" is true for anything, whether it's it could be anything having to do with oneself that they're not wanting to look at.
Right.
So just be conscious of what you're storing in your closet. Also, I want to mention this is also your wealth corner. So another reason to declutter the area. It's just clutter is basically taking up space for new energy to come in.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta leave room for energy to come in. So this decluttering will help the room in general for the vibe you want, and it will help the wealth. I'm noticing that you have some stuff in this corner to where the door doesn't all the way open. That's another no-no. You want to have doors completely be able to open.
That's on a good day.
Yeah.
Usually, that's where we put
Okay.
a lot of our linen.
Doors represent opportunities,
Yeah.
and when we can't fully open them, it impedes our opportunities in life. Okay, so
Okay.
so another area to
So
declutter.
just declutter all
Yeah.
So get rid of all this. So
Yeah,
just
I would-
plop that into the closet there. Anyway,
I trust that you guys figure it
we'll
out.
figure it
Yeah.
out. I have one question.
Yeah.
It is really dark in here when
Mhm.
it's the sun's gone. We were thinking of hanging a light, but we weren't sure if that's something we should do.
that would actually be, that would be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Like a what kind of light? Like a
Probably
One of those
similar
paper-
to yeah.
Yeah, like a paper lantern light.
okay. Yeah, I like that because
Something
you
soft.
have the variance of lighting. You want in rooms have a variance of lighting. Right now you have a nice variance of lighting. You have the floor lamp. You have these for ambiance. In rooms where you just have one ceiling light, it makes it very three-dimensional. So I recommend having all kinds of variants of lighting. So you will have that. So yeah. All right. So how you guys feeling?
Feeling really good.
Okay.
We're excited to
Make changes.
make a lot of
All right.
changes.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure you're not feeling overwhelmed, and just kind of go over some of the things that we talked about, so you have a good idea of where to go from here. The bedroom is definitely the priority, and where I think you can make where you need the most changes, and they're very easy to make. So the nightstands,
Big mirror,
the big mirror, the bookshelf,
Yeah.
clutter of clothes.
and the clutter of clothes, and then the closet, decluttering all that. Does that feel
Yeah,
doable?
and the fact that it's the wealth corner
Yeah.
is definitely we can use some help there. So
Totally.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd be surprised making those changes if you didn't see some shifting going on in your wealth. So yeah, you can let me know how.
which is much needed, and then we
How
can
that goes.
afford better, nicer furniture. And
You can get a big adult dining room table.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's definitely what I saw is like, I would, the next week or so start making those changes. That to me is is going to be the real meat of the work here. And then the other things we talked about, some things you can do gradually, like we talked about, getting a canvas here. Those can be done, over time when you find something. Any thoughts or questions that you?
Once, let's say a person gets their, house all aligned in the way that they think is right. Might it still change later on?
Oh, great question.
Do you change?
Yeah. So a lot of people think.
Does your place change?
Yeah. So a lot of people think okay, I got my house feng shui done.
Right.
Well, it's more like an ongoing lifestyle because per the Bagua map, right now career and money is a big issue, not issue, but like a highlight in your life right now.
It's an issue.
Okay.
It's our focus. It's our priority.
Yeah. Whereas in 6 months you might be having some family issues with your immediate family, and that might be something that's more of a spotlight for you. And then we would look more, which would even look at that whole area of your house today. But down the road, it might be more of an issue, or finding more creativity might be an issue. And so we would look in that part of the house. So it's an ongoing practice in a way. And like I said, our home, there is a mirror of ourselves. And so as we evolve and change and have different needs and have different challenges, our home will evolve that way as well. Here's the thing: you're never going to be done with the house. It's never going to be perfect because we're never perfect. It's a journey and not a destination. Yeah. So don't beat yourself up if it doesn't feel perfect. And enjoy as you make the changes, make it fun and enjoyable. So that's the energy you put into that is you're going to get that back out. So
make it a fun project.
Exactly. Yeah. Any other questions?
No, this was amazing.
Yes.
And definitely needed, and I'm really excited.
All right. Well,
it's a lot of information, but
yeah.
It opened our eyes, definitely.
Good
time.
Yeah, so I'll check in with you guys in a few weeks and see how things are coming.
Okay.
Please do.
All right.
Great.
Thank you so much
Thank you
letting
so
me in
much.
your house.
This was awesome.
This
Thank
is
you for
amazing.
coming.
Thank you.
All right.